live now from Kona Lisa. I don't know how great the signal is down here, so if it's not great, we're not gonna be able to do it. But hopefully, it's pretty good. And we'll talk. We'll watch him roast. I haven't roasted coffee for a while now. Our roaster just broke, and honestly, I'd rather let someone else roast the coffee. I got too much stuff to do. But I did develop these roasts, especially the light and the white. That was my development, and I brought it to the temperatures that I wanted, to figured out the roasting profile, and then taught transferred it over to these other guys who are helping me out. Kona Lisa is the name of his farm. So if you guys ever want a roasting tour, give these guys a call. Kona Lisa, like Mona Lisa. You get it? I'm just populating my shop here with stuff. Um, I do have some white Hawaiian now. Not yet. Soon. Have it next show. Don't have any dark yet. Estate Kona. Got that. Uh, this guy is a vet as well. Navy vet. You veterans love me. I don't know. All right, guys. So we're at Kona Lisa. Let me just walk you around here a little bit. This is my buddy's farm. These are. Why don't I show you this while I can? We actually have signal down here. So this is how coffee grows. I can actually show you this coffee. Look at that. Look like look like dragons or something to me. Like these majestic hanging guys, and these guys are still flowering down here. Those are the white flowers. The little beans on the trees here, and really nice coffee. Why don't I promote this show? This is a good show. So you can see these beans here. These will be ripe pretty soon. But each bunch, the thing to notice about this coffee is each bunch of coffee in here is I'll take some pictures out. Each bunch of coffee here, it doesn't ripen uniformly, right? You see, and they're all over the place. And so you got to go through these things and just only pick out the ones that are good. So you really develop a touch for the coffee. And a good picker can pick 25 pounds of coffee an hour. Do we have any? We literally just move the beans around. So you can see there's this one bean here. A little bit. Appreciate that. Rich. Real Cattle Co. You got it already. That was fast. Well, not that fast. It's still a week. So I'm glad you enjoyed the coffee. So, this one, these are ready, almost ready. This one's overripe. So this one's just a little bit overripe. And this is the color, almost the color that we want. Don't want to quite let it get this dry. But this is how much, this is the purple that I'm talking about, right? And so this is the real Kona coffee. When we pick it, we wait for it. Look at that. It's just loaded. It's just creamy, sugary. And it's so much sweeter than coffee from other regions because of just how ripe. We wait for it to just become this covered with sugar here. And so all this is farm fresh coffee here, hand picked, grown on the big island of Hawaii, where we have an active volcano, where we have this cloud cover here. We got these beans, beautiful beans, and these beans grow the biggest anywhere in the world because we have this active volcano. And then we pick them overripe, right? All this is hand picked. We can't machine harvest on this land, and by law, it has to be picked by hand. Let's walk through these trees a little bit. Nice trees this year. We prune the coffee back to the stump every 3 years. So we stump the coffee, and sometimes. So guys, if you guys want a coffee tour, come check them out. I'm gonna take us to the roaster now. He's on the phone, and I got a giveaway here, and this is freshly roasted coffee. This coffee is guaranteed not to give you any acid reflux.
Go in the roasting shed.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Dark roast batch will take a little bit.
This is our buddy Art. All right. Cool. Thanks. Yeah. This is the roaster here, so you can see 1947 from his father. The year the National Security Act was passed. 19 and Roswell, 1947. That's right. So this is an alien. And roasting since he was 6. So Kona Lisa, we'll do a quick interview after you're off. You can plug the farm a little bit. Now this is this is part of the National Security Act of 1947, and you can see this thing is old. So back when this thing was made was when they first started the CIA. I don't know why that's relevant. It's just the only thing I think about. You guys love it. Awesome. So I believe this is our light roast here. We do this in small 20-pound batches. It's got more going on in here, and you can see all this smoke in the drum roasters is adding. Let's not talk about that. It's it's adding the resins into the flavors. So we do use an air roaster and a drum roaster. So you will notice small variations from batch to batch. But this is a drum roaster from 1947. It just smells sweet. One thing about roasting coffee though, it cracks you out. So it's like drinking white coffee. That's another reason why I can't roast anymore. When you roast coffee, it's like it's just it's crazy stuff. By the way, I got the spaceships. I know you guys don't believe me, but I got them. In case your employer is listening, we need these spaceships. I got them. But this is even better. So this is our Hawaiian coffee here. This is the light roast. Let's take a look at this. This part of the roaster is just moving the beans around to cool them. So otherwise, we just dump them into a bucket and we allow them to cool. So you're a special one, then non-applicable. And so this is an old drum roaster. That's all they want from us, guys. They just want some freaking coffee. Can't grow coffee in the moon. They don't want no hydroponic coffee. They need some real stuff. They need the dank. They need the coffee. So this is Art at Kona Lisa here. We'll do a short interview with him and try to do more of these. It's kind of fun, right? Kona Coffee. You guys can come out and take a tour. And if the light Hawaiian being roasted right now, I'll do some samples of these. And the light Hawaiian's gonna taste like it's a little bit nutty, kind of like has a chocolate covered raisin to it. Comes out of the roaster smelling like a Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup. So it does have this nice peanut buttery flavor to it. And this coffee is literally being roasted right now. Here's a 2-ounce sample bag for you guys. Let me show you this too, actually. This is where we dry and process the coffee. I guess you guys aren't really paying attention. But this is all Kona coffee. If you guys are just joining us for the first time, we're on the Big Island here where we got this is some fresh parchment right there. That's freshly picked coffee. That's just a small, tiny batch there. And this is where we dry the coffee. This is a pulping. All right. There's a pulper here. Oh, yeah, no worries.
My sleeping medication is in transit somehow, got lost or something. So
that sucks.
What kind of emergency thing done?
Yeah, can't sleep without it. Well, yeah, I'm just doing a quick show here. Just talking about Kona Lisa, right? So Art gives tours. So if you guys are in Hawaii, I give tastings, but yes, if you want to actually see the coffee being roasted, I think you can go on Fair Harbor, right?
Fair Harbor for Kona Lisa Coffee.
Kona Lisa Coffee. He gives these roasting tours. I think it's an hour tour, and then hour and a half. He roasts coffee. He shows you how the coffee is roasted.
And get some to go with it.
And You take home how much? Like 8 ounces or something? 4 ounces?
Included with the tour.
Uh huh. And
It's private too, 12 people or less.
private tour. So if you want to see the coffee, come out here, Kona Lisa. You can book it online, and he's a great guy. He knows he's been roasting coffee since he was 6.
Local born.
Yep.
Comes from a coffee farming family, so truly authentic.
That's right. He's not like me. He's not like a guy from New Jersey who's pretending he's Hawaiian. This is
Stationed in New Jersey.
the real deal. He's the real deal. So this is yeah. So this is his roasting room here, and this is this 20-pound roaster from 1947. You want to tell us a little bit about coffee and anything that you want to say, or
Yeah, so my first time roasting, I was a little kid. We had a cast iron wok on a fire, and my dad had helped me do it. But he actually got this machine by trading for it for coffee, and it was not in service, so he had to restore a lot of it. I restored a lot of it myself. As you know, sometimes breakdowns happen. But what I like about this machine is that it's old school. There's very little to it. It doesn't have sensors. It doesn't have temperature gauge, so you really have to know the old-fashioned way of roasting coffee, which not a lot of people know these days. And most of these types of machines from this era have rusted and fallen apart. And so I'm one of the last few people that has that old-fashioned style. But one other thing about this style coffee roasting that truly makes it the best tasting is that, much like a cast iron skillet, you're going to get seasoning from the metal. This coffee roaster has had nothing in it but coffee for 70 or more years. So the seasoning is unbeatable. You get the smoke flavor from the fire, just like when you cook food on the grill. And again, that's just not common these days. And if you combine that with the quality coffee that we have here in Kona side, or any Hawaiian coffee, start with good coffee and then you roast it good, you got one of the best types there is. All right. My favorite things. And then this roasting shed just got built up.
oh, you grab that. Oh, is that an alarm?
So it's time to pull this if you want to see that part.
Yeah, let's watch the coffee get pulled. This is a freshly roasted light Hawaiian here.
Light roast.
So that's something you guys can grab. But
you have to let it cool off for a little bit of time. After the cool down period, which I set a timer, this batch can come out. This batch that's in the room is a dark roast, so it's going to take quite a bit longer. Especially extra dark is my father's favorite. So he had me roast it first to learn how. But the problem is 1 minute too long and it can be burnt to ash. So you really have to know that fine line. And my father taught me by making me drink all of my mistake burnt coffee. He told me that if I knew what burnt coffee tasted like, then I knew how to avoid it. Which is true because I do this by taste. I literally get a fresh bean out, crunch on it. I want to make sure I know. There's several factors that I use. It's one of the hardest because it comes out in the core. It's called first crack. It's what usually indicates the lightness. And so that's one that's really, you have to know what you're doing because you have to pull it early, but really have to know where the bean is. And so I rely on these factors like crunch of the bean and some physical things that you can see, especially when you get into its dark roast and mediums. The temperature, I didn't know what the temperature is, so I rely on these skills to know where the coffee is. The only way that I know my roaster is hot is by literally touching it. Obviously, I don't want to hurt myself, so the faster I have to touch it, the hotter it is. And just like an oven for food, you want to preheat it. So when I put the first batch in, I've got to make sure it's hot first.
all right, so you have Wi-Fi on here?
Yeah.
Can I try to see if I can?
I'll write the password down here.
Let me put this on Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's lagging.
Two capitals in there, okay? It might be pound daily. It might be. Yeah.
All right, so that's better. How are we doing? Is this better? Are we still lagging? Are we still lagging? All right. Well, this is the best we can do, unfortunately.
It's gonna get loud for a second.
All right. So he's pulling the coffee. Yeah.
Whenever I'm switching from light roast to a dark roast, I gotta make sure I vacuum up all the stuff that's remaining because obviously the roasts are different. If it's roasting the same roast, then I don't have to clean it every time. And then this roast will go into the bag, and that will be the final one there. And then here's the next roast going in.
All right. But there's coffee in there. Oh, that's the hopper. So you okay?
And if you want to see the flame, you can see it all right there in the open hat.
So this roaster's from 1947. Art's been roasting since he was 6. He's a local, born and raised in Hawaii. He's the real deal.
Yeah, my grandpa was 17 in the bombing of Pearl Harbor on one.
And he was here.
He was
Wow, all right.
He was 17, just like the Navy
Nice.
in July of 41. And he got sent to Hawaii thinking, whoa!
Right.
And then 6 months later, the bombing happened.
Yeah, wow.
And then he turned 18 the next March. So I grew up with stories of a 17-year-old's perspective of that
Wow.
event. So pretty
Intense, yeah.
So yeah, I do coffee for a living. For me, I like to enjoy things on the island. I do tours. I love things like geology and astronomy. But roasting is definitely something that's just part of my family's trade. Their father is getting a little older, and so they've been taking over operations slowly. He he passed down the roaster to me about 8 years ago, and I've been using it for my own business, which is called Hawaiian Viking, which is actually a bully term. When I was a kid growing up here,
Oh, yeah?
racially I didn't fit in, but I was raised, so the culture of Hawaii, and Hawaiian was the only culture I was raised with. So Hawaiian Viking was a term that locals kind of came up with. At first, it was more of a, like I said, bully term, but now it's just more of a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you're in young ages in school, it is what it is.
Right.
So I just happen to look like Vikings, so that's where that came from.
Uh-huh. Someone said you're a Crocodile Gun Dundee.
There you go. I love my Australian hats.
Uh-huh. Yep. All right. So how much longer does this need to be roasted before this batch is done in here? And is this going to be another light roast, or is this going to be
dark?
Okay?
You do have light roast. I can pull it and switch to the dark roast.
No, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. It's,
So this will probably need another 5 minutes or so. So right now it's about to hit first crack. And so when it does, it starts to hear it crack, almost like Rice Krispies. Instead of crackle pop. When it hits first crack, that indicates that the coffee is officially roasted to the light roast.
Right.
When you go through first crack, when it ends first crack, you're officially in the medium roasts. Then a little time goes by, and then you'll hit second crack. That means the outside of the bean has expanded and cracked open. And once you hit second crack, officially in the dark roast range. If second crack ends, you burnt your coffee. So all of the dark roast ranges, from the light dark to an extra dark, are all in the second crack phase. Because again, once it hits the end of second crack, it's burnt, it's done.
Yep.
And you've tasted the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on which grade you have, could be up to $1,000 retail for one batch.
Right. Yeah.
Again, depending on which grade and stuff.
So what do you think these like Starbucks coffees that are roasted very dark, is that
So
deep into second crack or what's going on there?
much different than here. Starbucks is purchasing coffee from around the world, and they're trying to have a consistent flavor with all their coffee everywhere they sell it. Those coffees are picked with a machine and are often not picked at right flavor. So the quality of the bean is not quite good. Although coffee will never hurt you, you can drink it whenever, but it's all about flavor. Starbucks, they just do what they need. But for us, we want consistency. So we pick it right and then we roast it to a good level. Starbucks, with their dark roast especially, it's kind of covering up their bean, but that's okay for them because they're just doing mass grinding, right?
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you're doing. Starbucks is what they are. They have coffee all over the world. We could never do that. So we're just a different type of entity.
Right.
And believe it or not, I've actually worked with the Starbucks people here. The leading agronomist for Starbucks was actually here in 2020 when Hawaii got the coffee leaf rust, which is the worst disease for coffee. And instead of not helping the community and just helping themselves, they were helping the community. They knew that it was a community problem, and so their leading agronomist was at my dad's farm. He was at the neighbor's farm. He was in the community to help us all. So even though Starbucks is what they are, they actually did help us. I have to appreciate that.
A plug for Starbucks.
But at the same time, quality of their coffee is just not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, no matter whose coffee it is, here in Hawaii, if it's labeled 100% Kona coffee, it's supposed to be of those grades that are acceptable, inspected, certified. Then we have the Hawaiian grade, which is good tasting, and it's actually amazing coffee. And all of this is the Kona coffee. And anything that's less grade than that is not used mostly for drinking. That would be stuff like the food or the 10% Kona blends. That's usually the lower grade coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what you're trying to get is good quality, consistent bean, and that's why you want Hawaiian grade or all those grades above, all the good Kona grades.
All right, here it is. A dark roast right now. You can see all this smoke. The coffee actually absorbs that flavor. So I've had one who was roasting while he was roasting coffee, and the coffee came out like roast duck. It was actually pretty bad, but it was like Chinese restaurant coffee, something like that. So some people might like it, but
you kind of hear the crack as you get close. It's just getting into the darker range now. And if you put it right here, you can probably see that. There you go. Oh. So in just a few more minutes, it'll be ready in the dark roast range. Any little ones that fall out, I pick them out so that it's the best quality all around in the whole batch. This machine is old school. So old cars, and just keep them running healthy. The machinery is simple, and so they'll just last. Rust and just repair it. New cars, you got a computer, you got sensors and all that kind of stuff. This machine is similar to the old cars. It doesn't have a lot of gadgets or any sensors. It's got one electronic motor and propane for the fire. You don't want to use wood because wood imparts its own flavor, and wood is really hard to keep high, consistent heat.
Mm. All right, we got some of this dark Hawaiian that's just being roasted, auctioning now.
So look at the bean.
This is what's being roasted now here.
You can see that it's quite the dark yet, so it's getting close. After the batch comes out, you'll be able to see the flame straight back because the drum is perforated. So again, a lot like a grill, it's not on the flame, but it's kind of touched by flame.
Mm. Oh.
Now with a dark roast, once it comes out, I gotta cool it down quickly. So that's why I have this fan right here.
And all this smoke, this stuff gets you buzzed.
Yeah, it's
That's
hard to work with sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Ready? Can you hear that crack?
Yeah, you hear that crack, guys? That's that pop, that crack we were talking about.
It's getting back there. It's like directly in my back.
Oh yeah, that's not really getting much of a.
Yeah.
That's
Good coffee though. You can see how oily it is. Of course, the dark roast, that's what we want.
buzzed all day from the smoke.
Yeah, it's hard to work with sometimes, but it gets cool off quickly. It's going to continue to cook. It's called X because it's such high heat, 400 plus, and a dark roast like this is around 450 degrees. So you've got to cool it down quick so it doesn't continue to burn and burn it out. So don't feel properly.
Right.
Okay, now you can see the plate a little better. There you go. All right, I'm going to go inside later.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for that roasting lesson with Art at Kona Lisa. It's like Mona Lisa, but Kona Lisa. If you guys are in Hawaii and you want to see, coffee being roasted, he does these roasting tours. You go home with 4 ounces of coffee, and give him a shout.
One last thing.
This is his farm. He'll show you around the farm. These are all small 6-acre farms. We don't really produce enough coffee to satisfy our own demand, so we work with a lot of other people. And
It's being on a farm though.
we got some bananas. Yep, fresh bananas.
Want one?
Yeah, I'll have one. Awesome.
Apple bananas, the best in the world.
Yep.
Only grown in Hawaii.
All right.
This farm is a 10-acre farm, and my father's is an 8-acre farm, and most likely I'm going to be trying to purchase this from the owner in the future to make that investment into my family. My father's farm is leasehold, just like this one is, agricultural long-term lease. So unfortunately, it's not like it passes down the same way as normal things do. So whenever my father does pass, and he's had a lot of help,
You should be able to put it in your name, though,
so
right?
we'll see how that works. But either way, it's the best for my family. Is to I'm from here, so my community. I'd like to continue. I've got a little 2.5-year-old
Mm-hmm.
and a 17-year-old, so keep the family and can't beat the ocean view.
That's right. Yep.
Lots of food. We have avocados, about 10 varieties of avocados, tamarind. We got lots of citrus, mangoes, bananas, papayas, all kinds of other food as well. So we grow what we can. Lilikoi, passion fruit.
Yeah, that stuff will give you a little buzz.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. And for us, it's been a blessing to be able to raise our young one with fresh food as best we can, and the ability to run and play on a farm. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, my wife is like, I need an apartment. So like the farm is too dangerous, unfortunately. But you know the right way.
Yeah, make sure you don't slip and fall and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We're in Hawaii. We're on the big island of Hawaii. These are Kona Coffee.
West side.
West side, that's right, west side. This is Art at Kona Lisa, like Mona Lisa. So if you guys are ever in Hawaii, I know a lot of you guys asked me, can we take a tour? Go tour him, because he's doing the roasting. He's going to show you how it's done. You get a 4-ounce bag of coffee to take home. He's going to give you a full history of the island. And so look up Kona Lisa. You can book him online. And and he does a lot of our roasting. Maybe about quarter to half of our coffee is roasted by Art here. So he has this drum roaster. So if you notice our coffee has different flavors, it's because we do use an air roaster sometimes use a drum roaster, but typically he's doing our light Hawaiian and our white coffee. and some of the batches of dark is being done by Art. So yeah, check out Kona Lisa, guys. And all right, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Let me know when you're done. I want to say one thing.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna head back to the farm, and I don't know. Maybe we'll think that's it. Hey, MF Duck. I may do a show later, but I think that's it for now. Yep. Hope you enjoyed it, and guys, have a good one.